Hello, a warm welcome to you. This is Nationwide. I'm Ruth Aguela. Let's start on a religion note. Religion in Nigeria often plays a very important role in the success or otherwise of a policy or appealing to the minds of the people. Now, the truism in this statement came to the fore in Nigeria COVID-19 story so far. Abdullah Ajia gives us an overview of that.
Going by available records and statistics, the Nigerian COVID-19 experience is one that has been managed with utmost professionalism, citizens' involvement, and stakeholders' collaboration, cutting across all sectors, with the religious institution playing a key role in containing the virus. Nigeria, not an exception to the global virus attack, strategically moved in motion critical institutions on what needed to be done. Once upon a time, restrictions, new measures, social distancing, and decisions taken by government affected humanity, including the mode of worship and relationships.
In our worship services, we regularly remind our members to maintain the protocols, and also we try to keep to the protocols in terms of the time we spend in church, in terms of social distancing, and in terms of certain things we would normally do, hug each other, shake hands with each other, and just be, so close, which are human and which are evidences of love. But for now, like I said earlier on, we're trying to maintain these protocols.
People listen to us, so we have engaged them by telling them they should obey those authorities, those that have the medical expert and those know-how in terms of eradicating the pandemic.
While quickly adjusting to the new normal, religious leaders of both the Christian and Islamic faith have joined in the aggressive sensitization and awareness creation through their respective sermons and teachings.
Majority will start example with the Masjid An-Nur and the FCT imams. They have sat down times without number with the FCT minister and the experts in the health department. They have brought so many suggestions and steps to be followed.
It didn't just stop there. The Temple of God was temporarily shut down, with adherents forced to worshipping their creator from home and hearts for survival and intervention. Upon the discovery of the COVID-19 vaccine, the role of the religious leaders and worship centers became more demanding, considering myths surrounding the vaccines and its rejection. However, the preaching on the pulpit helped a great deal. The success story so far will not be complete without a special mention of the spiritual and psychological assistance provided by the religious institution. Today, the worship centers have extended their support to allowing a vaccination center within their premises, which gives a boost to the vaccination success story. Human and divine interventions many attribute to how the situation has not gone out of hand. Abdullah Ajia, NTA News.
Right, now from that report, you will attest to the fact that religious institutions and COVID-19 are related because religious institutions play a very critical role. We have a guest in the studio, Dr. Ustaz Maisuna Yahya, founder, Al-Mustafia Society of Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. And from that report we just saw, there's been a lot of improvements. Religious leaders have taken it upon themselves to also join in the campaign because COVID-19 is real. It's our reality. But from your assessment, what would you say? How well has religious institutions played?
Kudos, I shall say, to all religious organizations that I know. that I know, particularly here in Abuja and worldwide, the way I've watched. Let me cite our own site as an example. Al-Mustawiyah Society of Nigeria. We have our Assistant Secretary, a woman, Mrs. Abdul Salam. Mrs. Abdul Salam will never allow anyone to come closer or to even come into the organization's sports or arena where we pray, unless and except that you follow the protocols. She even did it to me as a founder. She was right. That day I went closer to them. She said, Ustaz, I had to go and take one before I continue with what I wanted to do. I am buttressing my point by the fact that religious organizations have played very, very fantastic role, and they have helped government. In fact, I can say categorically that if religious organizations have not stood by government, it will have not been a success as it was.
And that consistency is very key if we want to look at the sensitization, because we see churches, mosques adhere to the non-pharmaceutical measures of the COVID-19 protocol. Now, but you still see some people play negligence to these. Now, it's one thing to keep, insisting on that, and it's another thing for the people to follow. What are your thoughts?
Well, number one, what I want us to know is from a religious point of view. Even the rules and regulations Almighty Allah has laid down, it is not everyone that follows. So we just have to encourage, entice, advise, and bring them in. Make them realize the disadvantages of not following all these protocols. And that we do every week, like the woman I mentioned, every week. Because when the secretary is not around, she's the one that makes the announcement. So she will make it in an encouraging way, and at the same time like putting a kind of force that if you do not do this, we will not allow you in. So by that, we maintain laissez-faire. That is, trying to warn and advise at the same time concerning what the repercussions may likely be for those who fail to observe. And most importantly, we even advise, not only here, even when you go out there, in commercial vehicles, in your houses, and you should advise your children as well. So this is exactly what most of us have been doing.
Yeah, and because that should be on a general note. Now, not just for your organization. It has to be a general note. And from the report we saw, we saw the vaccination, like a vaccination center in some places, place of worship. Now, should that be encouraged? Because a lot of people have this myth, so to say, with the vaccine.
Yes, it should be highly encouraged. And let me come out here with 2 points. Number one, even my wife has keyed into that. My wife has done that. Number two, last 2 weeks, we spoke with someone who was trying to bring in those who will inoculate people. And right now, we're still at it. If possible, this coming Sunday, where we have our special prayer day, every first Sunday,
well, I want you to speak on a general note now, not just about yourself.
Generally, people are complying.
Okay.
Most people are complying. When you compare the percentage of those who and those who are not, people are really complying. One thing is this, even those who kill, they don't want to die, so nobody wants to die.
So what should be the narrative now to Nigerians? Because even the number of cases recorded today, went on a high note. Yes, and it's not something we should just fold our arms and watch things fall apart. What should be your message to Nigerians and other religious leaders like yourself?
Now, my candid advice is that all religious organizations and leaders should try as much as they can, or as we can, to intensify our effort by encouraging our people to do same. That is to make them realize that certainly COVID-19 is real and never a joke. By that, all that we have been doing, then all that we need to do more, we need to intensify and make them key into going by what the government has said. Of course, Islam, Quran, encourages Muslims and even human beings in general that we must follow whatever our government directs or commands, so long that thing is right.
Even the Holy Bible says
so
that.
This is right. The Quran says, Ati'ullah wa ati'ur rasulah wa ulil amri minkum. Obey Allah and follow him. Obey the Prophet and follow him. And those who are leaders among you. And of course, this is what they are doing. And also, that is exactly what Muslim leaders are doing. And we need to intensify so that we can go along.
I like the word intensify. Thank you very much, Dr. Ustaz Maisuna Yahya is the founder Al-Mustawiyah Society of Nigeria. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, COVID-19 is real. Well, let's turn to other issues. Nigerian scientists are working towards developing a new variety of soybean seed to further boost its production in the country. Bem Unyi reports that the research is piloted by the National Biotechnology Development Agency under the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation.
A recent Global Agricultural Information Network report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture indicates that soybean production and imports in Nigeria has continued to rise as the country's demand for the oilseed is expanding for both food and animal feed. The report forecasts Nigerian soybean production in marketing year 2021 to 2022 to reach 1.25 million tons, a 43% increase from the most recent 2020 to 2021 estimate. However, agriculturists have argued the country has the potential to expand her soybeans production to meet national demand and export the excess. With this high demand in mind, Nigerian scientists are researching on the production of a new variety, BT soybean, that will be herbicide tolerant and beneficial to the country due to its value chain.
The development of soybean oil has reached a level that it will be used as a lubricant instead of premium motor speed, that is petrol. Soybean oil has the ability to stand certain level of temperatures that will be used on sophisticated machines that work with higher temperature instead of the currently used additives.
This development is sequel to similar research breakthroughs by the National Biotechnology Development Agency, as it has successfully rolled out and commercialized two genetically modified crops, the BT cotton and BT cowpea, and also the release of BT maize, all in a quest to attain food security for the nation and create jobs. The agency confirms it recently had gone into collaboration with the Rural Electrification Agency to use biogas digester, an innovative made-in-Nigeria technology to convert bio-waste into electricity to supply in the rural areas. This is also alongside another MOU with the Kingdom of Morocco for research and development in biotechnological products and process, including the production of biofertilizer and biofungicide. Bem Unyi, NTA News.
The pursuit of shared values and national aspirations such as equity and justice should be the basis for forging national unity that is driven by good leadership rather than mere integration of different cultures. Well, this is the position of guest on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria, while analyzing ways of strengthening national unity. Alika Okpanachi Arua reports.
In unity and integration, guests on Good Morning Nigeria emphasized the need to build consensus around core values that unify Nigerians. This, they say, is achievable irrespective of tribe, ethnicity, or religion.
You can't have a nation unless you are united. Once you are not united, you don't have a nation. You are just a collection of people, everybody living his own life. But I think we need to build a nation. And to build a nation, we have to build it around unity.
Emphasis was also laid on utilizing education and value reorientation to change the mindset of Nigerians towards one another, with the aim of promoting unity in institutions of learning as well as places of worship and work.
The moment people get sound education, then they will force the leaders to dialogue. What is missing in this country is dialogue. Because, first of all, many Nigerians don't know what the issues at stake. They can't participate.
So what we need in terms of leadership is an exceptional leader, what the Chinese call it Junzi. Somebody who is exceptional in terms of character, in terms of goodwill, in terms of energy. Then we will have that. We are lucky.
They also emphasized the need to have a national plan that can unite people together in order to move the country forward. In Abuja, Alika Okpanachi Arua, NTA News.
Let's take a pause from here and join Hingino in Lagos. She's going to pick up with more reports from there. Hingino.
Thank you, Ruth. As the maritime component of the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigerian Navy is expected to protect the nation's maritime domain and expand the frontiers of Nigeria's economic engagement across the international waters. Year 2021 witnessed major strides in this direction as the Nigerian Navy leveraged local and international synergy to drive achievement of its core mandates. Adeni Taiwo reports.
In the pursuit of its constitutional mandate, the Nigerian Navy acquired and deployed both tangible and intangible naval assets in year 2021, ahead of 6 new naval ships, a fighter helicopter, and 118 inshore patrol craft, fast patrol boats of various categories, recently inducted into the naval fleet by President Muhammadu Buhari. The nation's hydrographic survey ship, NNS Lano, dropped anchor in the waters of the Western Naval Command in May 2021 for the purpose of charting and mapping the waters.
Where we get patronage from the Gulf of Guinea and other countries as may be, will render such service, of course, at a cost. She is a revenue generation asset to the country.
At the Western Naval Command, Apapa Lagos, Nigerian Navy's international cooperation and engagement for the purpose of protecting the Gulf of Guinea and Nigeria's economic interest was demonstrated by a total of 8 port calls by foreign navies to the flag officer commanding, while the Navy was active in leading joint operations against economic criminals on the domestic front through platforms such as the DW Project and Operation Awatse.
We are looking at exchange programs. We are looking at any way we can develop capacity both ways for us to collaborate and be able to expand our capacity.
In the outgoing year, the Navy was emphatic in its readiness to give pirates and other sea criminals bloodied nose by securing conviction of 10 sea pirates in July under the provision of the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act 2019. More of these laudable achievements will definitely be witnessed in the coming year as additional naval assets, including NNS Oji, a Seaworld Defence Boat 3, constructed by the Naval Dockyard Limited, take to the sea for operations with high expectations.
We are looking forward to building bigger ships that will be able to patrol in our exclusive economic zones.
For the Nigerian Navy, the sun has already set on year 2021. In 2022, it is onward together again. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted illicit drugs and substances in Lagos. This is a proof of the agency's avowed determination to rid the country of harmful products. Desperate bids by drug cartels to push out millions of illicit drug tablets across Lagos and other parts of the country for the festive season have been frustrated by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, with the seizure of 8,381,600 capsules and tablets of tramadol, as well as 56,782 bottles of codeine, among others, in major raids in Lagos State. Following tasking surveillance in a notorious neighborhood at Alaba area of Lagos, one Surajo Mohammed was arrested with 941.14 kilograms cannabis, while 56,782 bottles of codeine were seized from the store of another drug law still at large. In another development, an outbound passenger to Italy on Turkish airline, Ovire Cyril, has also been arrested with 114 wraps of heroin with a gross weight of 1.80 kilograms during routine search at departure hall of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, assured that his leadership will remain focused and always aspire to surpass previous feats. Time now for a break. Nationwide continues shortly with Agatha in Benin.
The Pension Transitional Arrangements Directorate (PTARD) has launched the I Am Alive Confirmation Platform, an online application to confirm pensioners on its monthly pension payroll are alive and should continue to receive their pension. This involves the use of a web-based software solution developed to ascertain the alertness status of PTARD verified pensioners at whatever location they reside, without the need to gather for any field verification or visit any PTARD office. Pensioners who are part of this pilot phase have been notified through SMS and are encouraged to confirm themselves from their various locations. The solution will take the pensioners through a 3-step confirmation process that ends with a text message response. The confirmation process consists of identification process, which allows you to enter the pensioner's number, enter your bank account number. Step 2, take your photo. It will be validated with the existing picture in the PTARD database. And step 3, perform the alertness validation by moving your face to follow the moving object on the screen. Pensioners' BVN, ATM card details and ATM PIN are not required for the confirmation process, and we want our pensioners to be aware of fraudsters. Other pensioners will be duly notified after the completion of the pilot phase. Announcer, Management.
The Nigerian aviation sector is rapidly growing with the construction of new international airport terminals in several regions of the country. The new Murtala Mohammed International Airport has an estimated passenger increase of 30 million annually and 15 million for Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Malam Aminu Kano International Airport is also expected to open new frontiers for the region with more travel capacity for the annual Hajj, while the new Akanu Ibom International Airport, Enugu, avails more business opportunities connecting the industrial cities in the region to the world. These new terminals beat world-class standards with enabling infrastructure that aid air travel, tourism, and the eventual growth of the country's GDP.
Open up commerce and, of course, link us to international societies.
People from international community will come here to do business, and then that will bring in more revenue to the state.
Now, distances can be seamlessly covered as Nigeria keeps raising its bar to suit global infrastructure standards.
From the heart of the Federal Capital Territory
to the ancient city of Kano,
from the sprawling rooftops of Ibadan
to the bustling markets of Aba and the creeks of the Niger Delta, you really can't beat the reach.
Over the years, we have kept going, keeping you informed, educated, and entertained.
And how have we survived in the very challenging year?
Because of our pillars of support, namely the 3 tiers of government: ministries, departments, and agencies,
corporate bodies and advertisers,
religious bodies,
civil society groups,
political parties, and most importantly, you, our esteemed viewers. Together, we made 2021 great.
And together, we shall make 2022 greater. Thank you.
From all of us here at NTA, your season's greetings and a prosperous new year.
Femi Martins, just look at this. Remember the name.
The African Cup of Nations starts on the 9th of January 2022 on NTA, powered by AfroSport. For sponsorship and advertisements, contact us on 090-9890-6913 or 090-3513-2838.
Thank you for staying on Nationwide. This is Benin. Today is one of the days declared by the federal government as holiday to celebrate Christmas. How are Nigerians in Benin City observing the day? Ivio Yahiri was in town earlier for a situation report.
What you are seeing was the situation in Benin metropolis before Christmas. The rush from residents to get things sorted before the celebration caused traffic across the city. Today, the city is calm. The congestion at the King's Square is no more. Just a few persons going about their activities.
I'm going to visit someone now and spend some time since today's holiday and tomorrow is also holiday.
Sit with my family. I'm so grateful that the government remembered to give us 2 days for holidays.
I go market, I want to go buy my things. We want to continue the holiday.
We are doing a carnival. So I want to pick some shirts and caps. I printed at forestry here to my village also.
Like always, Holiday or not, business districts like Forestry, Mission Road and others had shop owners open for business.
If I did house now, and tell me now, who want to feed me? So if I don't even come outside, this product got spoiled, another wasted. So I need to come outside.
I just come to look around and catch small coups.
While many may be in the mood of celebration, hospitals are crowded and doctors have been on standby to attend to patients. Journalists and other essential workers are at their various posts. Like they say, no holiday for them. At the time of this report, recreation centers were getting set to commence the day's activities. In Benin, Ivie Oyahire, NTA News.
In the spirit of the season, Edo State government is distributing gifts to vulnerable persons across the 18 local government areas of the state. Governor Godwin Obaseki and his wife Betsy have also visited the family of the late Vera Uwaila Omozua and some orphanages in Benin to celebrate the Yuletide with them. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
The notable quote that says to live in hearts of others is not to die is one that has come to play in the story of Uwaila, a 100-level microbiology student of the University of Benin, who was gruesomely murdered in a church in 2020. Her life and experiences are reflective, hence Governor Godwin Obaseki and his wife Betsy felt there is no better way to commemorate Christmas than to visit the bereaved family.
I think it's important that we keep a spirit alive.
For Uwaila's father, Johnson Omozua, the intervention of the state government has helped in ameliorating the pains caused by Uwaila's death. The governor and his wife also visited and presented gift items to children in orphanages.
God will bless your family. God will bless all the good works you are doing in Edo State.
For us, this Yuletide celebration is the vulnerable, the weak. We have a database of over 10,000 vulnerable persons that we have enumerated and we have contact with. And we are sending them gifts, items across the state.
Governor Godwin Obaseki wants well-meaning Nigerians to continue to show love, especially to the underprivileged and vulnerable in the society. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
That's our package. Ruth in Abuja has more nationwide.
Thank you very much, Agatha. It is the dry season and fire outbreaks constitute one of the common occurrence during the period. Chinyere Okoli reports that this is as a result of harmattan, which is associated with dryness and wind. Let's see that.
Several fire outbreaks happened in Nigeria within a year, with many lives and property worth billions of naira lost. This mostly happens from November throughout March as a result of harmattan haze, which makes it easy for the fire to spread at the slightest ignition. Most of the fire incidents occur in marketplaces, petrol and gas stations, and sometimes residential buildings. Fire outbreaks are caused by several factors, which could be either natural or human activities. Experts in the firefighting sector identify some factors that contribute to fire outbreaks.
Talking about volatility, the rate of fire spread is increased because of the environment is so dry, there's no humidity.
As in a situation whereby there's a fire call, they don't know who to call. Our short code is 112.
They suggested safest way to deal with fire outbreaks.
To be very careful handling fire-related materials. Most of the fire recorded this period as a result of burning of refuse, bush burning that spread into buildings.
We have to be safety conscious. When you mean safety, it's not only fire, any other thing, okay? Most especially our children, our gas, as in we have to educate them.
What are the precautionary measures when dealing with inflammable materials?
Whatever we can do to avert this issue of fire outbreak, because the effect is more dangerous than fire itself.
we should instill self-discipline, especially those that are smokers. They should avoid smoking or indiscriminate dropping of cigarettes.
This suggests that while fire outbreak is regular and almost inevitable, an urgent care has to be given to these recurring menace and also for more fire stations to be randomly situated in Asaba. Chinyere Okoli, NTA News.
And one recent fire incident that is trending on social media is the next cash and carry shopping mall. While security personnel who battled to put off the fire have debunked as untrue viral videos circulating that goods were looted during the fire incident.
That viral videos are false, fake, is not true. All those trolleys, they were pushing those goods to safety, which we have shown Nigerians, they have seen it. All the media houses have already seen it. It's not true. The place has immediately been cordoned by all the joint security agencies. And I must commend the FEMA, the FCT NEMA, and all the security agencies for prompt response, and also the residents of this area for their effort and in cooperating with all of us.
Well, let's join Jenny in Port Harcourt for more reports. Jenny?
Thank you very much, Ruth. Economic experts are of the view that government efforts at developing local capacity for indigenous manufacturers to boost the nation's gross domestic product will be more realizable if leakages that have aided the importation of fake and substandard products into the country are plugged. Jide Beronya in this report sought the opinion of experts on ways to tackle the menace.
The influx of fake and substandard products into the Nigerian markets has remained unabated for Nigeria's economy, particularly its local industry. These fake products, which cut across all classes and categories of items, range from drugs, food, drinks, building materials, electronic and household appliances, among others, find their way into the Nigerian markets with its debilitating effects on unsuspecting consumers.
It's indeed very saddening considering how tough the economy is on the pocket right now. So when one works so hard to earn a living, you don't want to waste those funds on fake products.
I think government should be more serious about raiding those who are having such products.
Sadly, an estimated 15 billion naira is said to be lost annually to fake and substandard products. This, experts say, has further led to loss of tax revenue, low income to local manufacturers, and unemployment.
Over time, if you find that the particular product you're using is not meeting your demand or not meeting your desire, then you think of some other thing to do.
Substandard product sells faster because of economic reasons. And it is very clear for you to know the product is substandard. One, product that does not have country of origin. Product that does not have brand name on it. Every information written on the carton is in another language that you don't understand.
The consensus is that relevant authorities should step up efforts to stem the tide of fake and substandard products in the country for businesses to thrive. In Port Harcourt, Chidiebere Onyea, NTA News.
About 105 less privileged persons in Akwa Ibom State have received various Christmas packages. Among the beneficiaries are the physically challenged and widows of legionnaires. Emediomo reports.
I thank the state government for what they have done to us today, because sometimes people try to discriminate.
The love that he has shown to us for distributing this gift to us, I am saying God should bless them.
We are extremely very grateful.
Christmas has come quite early for the physically challenged and widows of legionnaires as they receive the kind gesture of the Akwa Ibom State government.
Retain the peace wherever you are, because in an atmosphere of peace, investors can come in and bring in investment that will rub off on all of us. And he has asked us to be hardworking.
Members of the Association of Deaf and Sign Language expressed gratitude to the Akwa Ibom State government with the presentation of gifts to the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare. In Uyo, Emedi Omo, NTA News.
Maiduguri will be our next stop on Nationwide after the break.
Who are interested in gaining admission into NTA College, Jos, for the 2021-2022 two-year National Innovation Diploma Program are to apply for admission through the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB. Courses available for application include film and television production, broadcast journalism, and television engineering technology. Such candidates must have a minimum of 5 O-level credits in relevant subjects, including English language and mathematics. For inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-980-9807. Management Announcer.
The counsel of our fathers.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide a company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview channel 264, or live streaming via www.visiontv.co.uk. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
African Cup of Nations starts on the 9th of January 2022 on NTA, powered by Afrosport. For sponsorship and advertisements, contact us on 090-9890-6913 or 090-3513-2838.
Nationwide up to this moment, and this is Maiduguri Network Center. Let's move on now. Christian faithful have been charged to acknowledge the love of God for mankind. This was the central message delivered by Reverend Joel Luka Yaru during the Christian Unity Service held at Iwa LCC Wulari, Maiduguri. Memuna Garba completes the story.
The Christian Unity Service is an annual program usually observed on the 26th of December every year. The program attracted Christians from all denominations who came together to pray and give thanks to God for his protection throughout the year. In his message, Reverend Joel Luka Yaru, who took his reading from the book of John chapter 3, verse 16, charged the congregation not to be carried away by just Christmas celebration, but also acknowledge the love of God for mankind.
God loves the world. He does not discriminate a particular set of people. And God's love means the world entirely.
Other speakers at the event also encouraged the congregation not to relent in prayers and appreciate God for sending Jesus Christ to save the world.
It's not necessarily about Christians. Christians can celebrate with other people who are non-Christians.
Some worshippers said, despite the ongoing hardship, God has been faithful and they have every cause to give thanks to God for his love.
We come here to appreciate God Almighty.
It is not we, it is God. So we want to thank God. And we ask Almighty God to bring these problems to an end.
We have celebrated the goodness of God because what he has been doing in our life and what he is now doing and what he shall do, we have every cause to thank him.
The congregation prayed fervently for unity in the Christendom and for peace to reign in the state and nation at large. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
And still on the celebration, Borno State government has presented Christmas gifts for the Christian community to celebrate the festivity with ease. Yagum Subukar has more details.
Considering the fact that Christmas is a season for love and sharing, the Zulum administration decided to give the Christian community in Borno a sense of belonging through the presentation of these bulls, rice, and cash support.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Omar Zulum, since he assumed office, he has not only continued on that tradition, but he has also improved upon it. So he feels that the Christian community in Borno State deserve to be carried along.
The presentation of these gifts is aimed to ameliorate the sufferings of the less privileged Christian community, to include widows and orphans.
They should continue to be law-abiding. They should continue to cooperate and support this government. Above all, they should pray for the success of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, to continue to give dividends of democracy to the teeming people of Borno State.
He called on Christians to use this season to pray for total restoration of peace in the state. In Maiduguri, Yagum Subukar, NTA News.
And those are the latest stories at this time from Maiduguri. Ruth in Abuja has the next set of stories for us this evening. Compliments of the season to you.
Thank you very much, Abubakar, and compliments of the season to you too. Nigeria has positioned itself within the delegations at the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, as a force to be reckoned with. Nigeria's ambassador and permanent representative to the global body, Dr. Haju Sani, stated this in an exclusive interview with NTA. Anthony Forson will tell us all about it.
President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Dr. Haju Sani as ambassador and permanent delegate of Nigeria to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. The choice was quite apt. Like a square peg in a square hole, she began her diplomatic engagement at the UNESCO headquarters, which saw President Muhammadu Buhari attending the 75th anniversary of the organization.
With the attendance of over 30 presidents and heads of state from different parts of the world. Very, very happy that Mr. President was able to attend. He came to UNESCO. I would say it's one of my greatest achievements to have Mr. President, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, to be in the headquarters of UNESCO. Not only that, to also present his own goodwill message along other heads of state and government during the event, and it was a worldwide achievement.
Taking stock of Nigeria's ranking among nations, Haju Sani confirms that Nigeria is a force to be reckoned with.
UNESCO has 727 now sites, and we are still counting more and more and more and more. And we hope to push to make sure in Nigeria we have more biosphere reserve sites.
And as she holds forth for Nigeria, she has a clear-cut focus.
My mandate here in the delegation representing Nigeria is one, to positively project the image of Nigeria. That is one diplomatic assignment I have. And also to be able to translate and be able to look at the major programs we have in the UNESCO domains, in the education, science, and culture and information, to see what are those programs that we need to also implement alongside with UNESCO in Nigeria.
Dr. Haju Sani's appointment took effect from March 16th this year. Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Government, we hear, is scaling up access to technology and digital skills to improve teaching and learning for youth to make them marketable in a fast-changing and digitalized economy. The ministry inaugurated an e-learning portal developed at the advent of COVID-19 pandemic to bridge the gap created by the new normal, to compel and accelerate strategies in an alternative delivery of knowledge.
And we felt by leveraging on technology, we'll be able to expand access, because you will no longer be limited to the spaces available or the desks available in the classroom. From the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your workshop, your market shop, in the comfort of your own bedroom, when you go back from your daily chores at night, without limitations on time. Classes are from 8 to 2. But when you are doing online, even at 2 a.m. when you wake up, you can access content and learn and also do your research.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the ministry had a cloud project designed to provide a unified approach to e-learning. Reducing the number of out-of-school children and almajiris is not only the responsibility of government, but also religious bodies inclusive. Well, the International Organization of the Tijaniya Brotherhood and partners are already taking responsibility in tackling this societal challenge by training students from various universities across the country in different trades in order to pass such knowledge to the almajiri.
Alhamdulillah, they've been able to learn how to make a free abaya in one day. They learned how to fix the stones on the board, how to transfer, how to cut both A-shape and boo-boo style of abaya, and how to make caps as well. And alhamdulillah, they were able to produce 4 of what they learned for those that came from the southwest.
Many things, even the caps and how to stone, how to do a lot. So we are very grateful for the IOTV too.
Most of things which people doing on the road, they are not almajiri. All this which they accuse almajiri of criminal and other things is not true.
We are over 60 million in a country. We have ever been involved in any form of violence. It's because of the teaching of Tijaniya that asks you to develop your soul just like you develop your body. So you look at the whole creation as creations of your own creator.
Katsina State Police Command has arrested a suspected bandit gun runner along Kurfi-Wasari Road in possession of 2 AK-47 rifles and 2 rounds of magazines. Dauda Mohammed reports that the suspect was paraded before newsmen at the State Police Command.
A 45-year-old male of Shama village, Benin local government area of Zamfara State, was arrested based on credible intelligence report on transit from Katsina to Zamfara State. Items recovered from the suspect concealed in his motorcycle include 2 AK-47 rifles with 2 magazines loaded with 42 rounds of live ammunition, 12,000 sefa, 42,500 naira, and a handset with 2 SIM cards. The suspect claims to have bought the 2 rifles in Mashi local government area of Katsina State.
Suspect confessed to have bought the said rifles at Mashi Forest from one Masaudu alias Damborno, who is a repentant bandit. We know him, and by the special grace of God, we are going to pick him up, and also one Abdullahi now at large.
Police Public Relations Officer, Katsina State Command, SP Gambo Isa, while assuring members of the public of the commitment of the police in maintaining safety of lives and property, also called for credible intelligence to assist in nipping crimes in the bud. In Katsina, Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
Strike Force Unit of the Nigerian Customs Service on the Zone B has intercepted smuggled items with duty-paid value of over 1 million naira. Shehu Adamu reports.
Displaying the seized contraband to newsmen, coordinator of the Strike Force Unit of the Nigeria Customs Service covering the north, Husseini Aliyu Olorukuba, said the interceptions were made along Katsina axis within the last quarter of the year. Among the smuggled items intercepted include 450 bags of foreign rice of 50 kilograms each, 100 bags of rice of 25 kilograms each, 360 cartons of spaghetti, 790 cartons of foreign soup, 52 cartons of drugs with fake NAFDAC registration number, and 1 motorcycle as means of conveyance.
Considering the effort of the government who have invested so much in the local farmers to be able to grow so that we become food sufficient, this in a way will have blocked the chances of Nigerian farmers.
Deputy Controller Useni Aliyu Olorokuba explained that 3 suspects were arrested and granted on bail. He said the intercepted drugs, which are sex-enhancing tablets, as indicated in the cover, will be handed over to the relevant authority for further investigation, while the smuggled soap were concealed in cartons of noodles and confectionaries. In Katsina, Shehu Adamu, NTA News.
Operational manpower development in the Nigerian Air Force has continued to receive a renewed impetus, with training aimed at maintaining combat readiness by reinforcing the number of pilots to man the ever-increasing inventory of aircrafts. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amawo, reiterated this commitment at a Christmas luncheon organized for personnel of 013 Quick Response Force in Minna, the Niger State capital. Let's hear more from Fatima Osman.
It's customary in the Nigerian Air Force that during festive periods, luncheon is organized for troops to wine and dine as a way of boosting the morale of personnel and foster comradeship and regimentation in the service. It is also an opportunity for the Quick Response Force Minna to pay tribute to colleagues who have lost their lives in the service of protecting the sovereignty of the nation. Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao said the paradigm shift in the method of air warfare is in fulfillment of mission objectives, which necessitates a highly versatile air force capable of executing a wide range of air power roles across multiple theaters of operation to deal with security threats. Applauding the Nigerian Air Force through the components of Operation Gamayaki in Niger State, representative of the Chief of Air Staff noted that it has continued to live up to its critical roles in providing that much needed air support for the effective conduct of land component, which has been instrumental to curtailing the activities of the bandits and other criminal elements.
In pursuit of Nigerian Air Force constitutional roles and also in line with my vision, I have constantly sought not only to evolve strategies that will enable the service adequately project air power to effectively and efficiently deal with current and emerging security threats, but to also see it that personnel welfare is given utmost priority.
Commander 013 Quick Response Force Minna, Air Commodore Elisha Bindul, reassured the Chief of Air Staff of their resolve to remain dedicated and resolute in the fight against all criminality until normalcy returns to all parts of Niger State and the country as a whole. In Minna, I am Fatima Usman, NTA News.
All right, let's take sports update with Amanze Marcos.
Greater Tomorrow Football Club of Lafia on Sunday emerged winners of the 5th edition of the My Lafia Peace and Unity Football Competition, defeating Police Machine, also of Lafia, by a lone goal in the final decided at Government Secondary School Daddere in Obi local government area of Nasarawa State. The annual grassroots football competition attracted stakeholders from within and outside Nasarawa State, giving the youth opportunity to showcase their talents and possibly make a career in football.
Feeling very comfortable for this tournament. I'm playing well with my teammates.
Organization of this level, of this kind, goes a long way in providing things to do, especially the youth.
We want to fight crime, engage the youth. And I think that's what motivated me, because from the editions we have so far, within the period of October, November, December, the area is crime-free.
Prize money was awarded to the top 4 teams at the competition. And still on football, the Premier League has accepted the request of Wolverhampton Wanderers to postpone their match at Arsenal on Tuesday due to COVID-19 and injuries. In a statement, the Premier League hinged its decision on the fact that Wolves does not have up to 14 players to kick off against Arsenal. Wolves were unable to host Watford on Boxing Day in a Week 19 encounter for the same reason. The Leeds-Aston Villa match, also built for Tuesday, equally suffered a postponement. However, 4 matches will be decided as planned. Is Southampton against Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham at Watford, Norwich City away to Crystal Palace as Leicester City hosts Liverpool, also on Tuesday. With sports update, Manzi Marcus, NTA News.
We're done with Nationwide, but we'll continue to encourage you not to be wary in the fight against rape and rapists. I'm Ruth Aguilera. Bye.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.